Hi there. Hi there. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Well, hello. Hello. Nice to be with you all. Good to see you today. We've got new equipment today, so here's hoping this is going to work well. One never knows around these parts what's going to work and what isn't, but we're going to give it our best shot just one more time and see if we can't get can't get Joey just up here. One more there, time. I hear her popping. And see if I hear a pop. What is this? See if we can get Joey up here. Right there, she is. Hello, Joey.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, SHOAL. Good morning, FATHERFISH.
How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. How you doing?
Wonderful. Good.
Good. So we should start it with some hellos. Oh, and Fish on Tank Tick, thank you for the super chat.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. And then we'll start with some hellos. So top of my list, I see Dennis Lord. Good morning, Glass. Roman Sherrock, Cody the Libertarian.
Thank you, Canestio.
Yep, Brad's Hobbies. Fish on Tank Ticks, David Mann, Tommy Venda, hello. World's Smallest Fisherman, Johans, hello. Canisteo Valley, Cichlids, Jenny Lynn. And then, let's see, scrolling, because you guys like to chit chat, which is nice. You get in here and you all say hi.
Lots of chit chat.
Yeah. And I'm just trying not to repeat. Courtney is here this morning. Frugal Aquatics. Hello, TJ. And my sister Stephanie's here.
Hi, Stephanie.
David Fellows, Joshua Miller. Oh, Ms. Chevy Fish is in the house. And then Duco. Hello. Mr. B CPDs. And then Third Coast Aquatics, George F. Episto Killifish. Fish and Wings. Good morning. Hope you're both doing well this morning. Hope your wife's recovering. Rohan. Christina Walker. Mr. Manifesto. Hannah Robinson. And Howard Van Tassel. Good morning and hello, everyone. I think I got them all. I hope I did. I hope I did. So, there was something in there about biodiversity. Were you going to talk about
it's interesting stuff. Then, I don't know if I can get back to it all.
Okay.
Because there were a couple of interesting comments. Oh, I can get back to it, it looks like.
Okay. Cool.
Here it is. Canistio said biodiversity is closely related to polyculture too, if the conversation heads that way. And that's kind of interesting. Polyculture is another way of explaining biodiversity. Um, they're really, for my money, basically the same thing, at least as I use the terms. When I talk about biodiversity, I'm talking about the variety of all forms of life that are living in the aquarium. And many of those forms need to be introduced. They do not all occur naturally. Now, some do. There's some bacteria that are in the environment, in the total environment, in the air, if you will. And when we set up a tank, they automatically go into the tank. Basic bacteria, such as those that break down ammonia, are accessible in every environment. But there are many different kinds of bacteria that break down ammonia. Only a few occur naturally. The rest need to be introduced. So that's part of the process of not only what is biodiversity, but how do we improve and increase biodiversity. That's the next series of videos I want to be doing. I'm having some difficulty figuring out how to do it, but it's in the works. We'll get there.
Okay. Very good. And this is a good time to drop a question in the chat if you have something specific you would like to ask. Hello, J Dog. Good morning.
Hi, J Dog. I need to talk to J Dog. Give me a buzz when you have a chance. Um, we're having a problem with their channel. It's being and it's not the fault of anybody other than me. And the problem is we've got way too much going on the channel, and it is diluting, and really worse than diluting. It's actually breaking down the traffic, reducing traffic to the channel. Just too much going on. So I think one of the things we're going to stop doing is posting the fish room tours that we do on the weekends. They will be available to anybody who wants them, but I'm not going to continue to post them. I will have them in private, so they'll be available. If you want yours, I'll be happy to send it to you, but I'm not going to continue posting. It's just too much traffic. Duco's saying we're almost at 8,000 subscribers. Yes, we are. It's really exciting.
I noticed that this morning. I was like, "Oh, getting close." Yeah.
Yeah, we're within about 25, maybe 20 subscribers of finally hitting 8,000.
Yeah. It's really cool. Good morning. I think it's Arjan. Good morning. Hello from the Netherlands. Hello. Welcome.
J Dog, we can talk on Discord.
Yeah. Good morning, Reese. Did you want to touch more on that? Are you good there? We do have a question. If you.
Well, I don't know. It's a continuing struggle trying to figure out what kinds of things to post. I posted 3 videos yesterday. Personally, that is, things that I made, videos that I made yesterday. One of them was something I spent some time on, a poem that got almost no traffic. Another was a video of my rainbow spawning, and I want to show you that. I think I've got a camera that will get relatively close. Let's see. Not terribly close. You can see the adults. That's as close as I can get. The eggs are the same color as the rock. They selected a rock to match the color of their eggs. And there are a lot of different rocks in there. They could have chosen many others, but they chose that one, which I found rather odd and interesting that they would do such a thing. So I
Well,
can see eggs when I get up real close. There are probably 1,000 eggs
yeah.
that these
But
rainbow
Father
six.
Fish, I feel they're really smart. They camouflage their eggs.
Oh yeah, well they
They're
did
smart,
indeed. Then I
you
took
know.
the other
Yeah.
fish. I took the other fish out of the tank that were in there, so didn't disturb them too badly. So they're
Right.
guarding. The one of the things that surprised me, and if you watch the video, you'll see it. There's almost no difference in the ovipositor of the female and the genopodium of the male, or the male sex organ, whatever it's called. Um, there is a slight difference, so you'll be able to see that difference. But I wondered initially if it were two females laying eggs, but it clearly is not, and they clearly have fertile eggs. So we'll be having 1,000 babies in there pretty soon, and we'll see where we go with all that.
Well, that'll be a problem to deal with, right?
Well,
You'll figure.
I'm gonna have to get your uh, microherm culture going, which
Well,
means
you
I
said,
need to find one locally. I've got
yeah,
some people
you need to
who
get
have.
on it.
Yeah, I need to get on it
Yeah.
instantly. Like
Yeah, like before, I'm gonna give you a hard time. Like before you sponge them, Father Fish should
I
have that
know.
micro going.
Well, I'll be able to do brine. I've got brine shrimp
Yeah, yeah,
eggs I can feed. So
sure.
let's see.
Um,
Arjan Khan is here. Want to
yes,
give
from
a
the Netherlands. Hello. And then we've had
welcome
Corn Dog.
Khan from the
Corn Dog.
Netherlands.
Yeah, Corn Dog has also joined us today for the first time. Hey, everyone. Wonderful to see many people passionate about the hobby. Yes, it is. And thank you for joining us. Holly's
Corn
here.
dog. Hello, corn
Holly's
dog.
driving to the doctor, I think. And listening. Thanks, Holly. Oh, Michael Long. Hello, Michael. So there was a question about the fish. Let me look back. Trying to see who asked it. Mr. B CBDs. Can 2-inch electric blue acaras breed? They look like they're trying to, but I think they're too small. How do you feel about that?
They probably can.
Yeah.
2 inches is about the level of maturity. A lot of these Central American cichlids will mature at 6 months. uh,
Yeah.
so yes, they should be able to breed. And Roman wants to know if I saved my brine shrimp boat. I did indeed. It's in the van along with its mate, covered up by boxes and boxes, piles and piles of miles and miles, which I hope to get to one of these fair days. My problem at this point is I have no place to put anything. So, yeah.
Father Fish on
Yeah.
Plaintics just gave a super chat for Naresh's mom's birthday. Happy birthday
Oh,
to
that's sweet.
Naresh.
Yeah,
And that
there.
is very
See,
Fish on. Very nice.
Ed Canestio. I'm way back in the chat here. Here we go. Thank you,
Yeah.
Fish and Tactics. Yes, and happy birthday to Naresh's mother.
Yes. Hope you guys-
Cody said he saw the eel swimming. It's actually not an eel. Let me show you these guys. These are salamanders. There are 4 of them in here. They're called a siren, SIREN. It's a native Florida salamander. They get about 2 foot. These are 18 inches or so. That one may be 2 foot. It's
Pretty
close.
big.
Because of it. And they unfortunately keep the tank stirred up because they're
Yeah.
mucking around in the bottom all the time. So the tank is perennially got a lot of detritus You can see it looks cloudy. It's just dirt in it. I
So
need to put a different filter on it. And
do they?
you also, I've got a whole bunch of a lot of carrots and Victorians and some other Rift Lakes that are really quite nice. Someone gave them all up because they
Yeah.
were too aggressive. So I got them now.
So
And
I have a question. Are they
yes,
are they actually getting food? You think out of that sand?
no, no,
No. So
they're looking for worms. They're looking for worms for bigger stuff.
my
They
question.
do. Yeah, go ahead.
My question to you is, would you, in this case, be tempted to cap that with like a half an inch of gravel so that they wouldn't keep stirring up your tank?
I could do that. Yes, and that might
I mean,
help a lot.
what I would do, I would put half an inch to an inch of gravel, and so so you clear up your tank.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that would definitely help.
Yeah. I mean, they don't, because they seem big to actually be getting, little things out of that.
Well,
So,
I tried to move one of them into a smaller tank. I thought I could put him in a 15, and he wouldn't have it. He was just out on the floor instantly, three
yeah,
times in a row. Just wasn't
yeah.
happening.
Okay.
So
Well,
he's
yeah,
back.
I feel like that would be something to try. Oh, cap it with gravel. Yeah, cap it with gravel. They're looking for the sand bell, Fatherfish. Cap it with gravel.
Well, let's see.
They want you to ring the
Do
sand bell.
we have a gravel bell?
There you go. And I guess while we're doing that stuff, while you're at it, smash the like button, people.
Ah, Discord link I've used in my videos is expired. Well, that's interesting. I was just on it this morning. Where'd it go? Let me look again. Here, we'll look. We'll look together.
Okay, well, hold on. No, I'm sorry. I got to answer a business question, so you're gonna have to look at whatever. But I'll
I,
be done in a second.
I don't know. I'm here. I'm on Discord. So you're saying the link is expired. Let me just post a new link. On the web page,
I don't know. What are you looking for? I was answering that question. Oh, hello, Will. Thanks. Welcome. Oh, and you wanted, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's what you're dealing with. Will's question. Okay. Gotcha.
let's see. Post.
He says something about making a new link daily. Is he talking about Discord?
I don't know. Here's the new Discord link posted on the community page.
Okay.
See if that'll get you there.
James, it would not turn his tank into a sewer. He's got his deep substrate in sand, but if he caps it with gravel because of those big salamanders moving all the time, it'll help the tank settle down. And he's not going against his rules. He still has a deep substrate with dirt and sand. He's not against the rules.
Excellent observation, however.
I would not have suggested it if it wasn't something I knew he could do.
Right.
But yes, he just wants to make sure you're not,
Tommy
The one thing-
Denda has an interesting question back there. He says, what is the role of fungi in a dirted tank? The answer is, for my part, I have no idea in this world. I'm sure there is aquatic fungi. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know what it is. and would like to know more about it. I know when we set up our terrarium, Thomas bought fungi, mushroom fungi, and we put that in there, and it did take off. It did quite well, but of course that was not aquatic. That was terrestrial.
James says he was just joking.
Who's joking? And what's he joking
He
about?
said he was just joking about the gravel. That's
Oh,
okay. That's okay because I mean, it might have answered the actual. That might have been something somebody was actually wondering about. So it's all right.
yeah, it was not a bad question. It was very
It was a
appropriate.
good question, even though he was just, being silly.
Really.
Oh, good
Sometimes,
morning, Jay. Bloomquist.
right.
Welcome. Hi, Tisha. Hello.
Jay
Oh, good
Bloomquist.
morning, Tam. You snuck in here on me. Good morning, Tam Shepherd.
I'm
I'm
gonna
answering
have to
business
take a
questions
break
on the
here.
side.
Oh, good. The new Discord link works. Thank you,
Okay.
Willis. Or Wills. Wonderful. And
Oh, it does? Okay,
We'll
cool.
get Wills a wrench
All
for
right. You
that.
should give Wills a wrench first. Yeah,
I
for
just did,
that. Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
You,
Okay, awesome. I think you should. All right. Um, Fatherfish. I just got 6 Congo tetras. This is Tennessee Valley, and 6 emerald green cories. I put them in my hornwort tank, and the temp is 74. Is that okay for
sure.
Congos? My first time keeping them.
That's a little cool. They'll
Yeah.
probably be okay, but they will tend to get ick
I was gonna say
because
you're right on that ick point. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're really playing with firecrackers here.
Playing with
Um,
fire.
if you have a heater, kick it up to 82. 82 is optimal.
Yeah.
Um, it's what's it, 27 to 29 Celsius, I think, 26 to 28 Celsius. It's 79 to 82 degrees is the range.
Yeah.
80, I find 82 is solid and stable. If you can get to there, you will not likely have problems with,
Yeah.
um, at least with ick, and the fish will be happier and more active.
Yeah.
They'll
Good
also
morning.
be able. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Um, why is my camera crooked there? Fish are a cold-blooded animal. That means they they cannot digest their food um, if they're a tropical animal and the temperature gets down below 70, say, they'll have great
Right.
difficulty digesting their food because the food will, the bacteria in their gut will
Yeah.
not function
It'll
at
start.
those lower
It'll start
temperatures.
fermenting. Yeah. It'll ferment in
Well,
the gut.
yeah, exactly. So it's important for the fish's ability to process its food that you keep the temperature up. Speaking of which, I have to take a break, Joey.
Okay.
Do you mind
Okay. So
carrying?
yeah, no problem. Kinesio is gonna bump the heater up now. Awesome. Yeah, work on that. Word Dunlap, hello. And I see you threw in a link up above if somebody's interested in looking more into a fungi overview. If someone's interested in that, I don't know why you went full screen, but that's just awesome. I love that. Um, and and now I'm just looking through the chat, and I know there was somebody above. Yeah, I mean, James, you're right. 78 is definitely a good jumping off point for anything that's quote tropical. Um, and he's right about the digestion. The lower the temperature, they struggle not only with potential ick, but with digesting the food. And the same thing even with goldfish. I mean, that's why people stop feeding goldfish in ponds when it gets cold because it does what I said. They feed them, they can't digest it, it ferments in the bell, and they die. So you got to be careful of that. Good morning, or hello, Sunset Jen. Hello. So I can't remember, it was up above. Hello, Sarges and TP and fish tanks. Good morning. There's a question. It might have been Duco. I'm not sure. They were asking about they were getting goldfish in, or they had goldfish that they were acclimating. They were going to put them into a pond, and I think there was quite a temperature change that you were looking at. I think that was the question. Again, I'm a big one on just take it slow. If you're doing a drop and it's a big drop, I would put them in something where you can slowly drop it, maybe 10 degrees a day, and even in the 10 degrees, drop it slowly. Then get there, then drop it again until you get down to where you need to be. Because ick is always present. I had always thought it was. I always felt like it was in the tank, and it really is. It's there, and it's just waiting for a fish to get stressed. So just be super careful with that. I mean, there's in my opinion, there's no rush usually. It's like just take it slow and make things work out the best you can. So, all right. Is there anything else in here? Are the red bellies on German blue rams a tell sign that they are females? Well, he's back. As I say, I'm not an expert, but I can say in most Central American cichlids and stuff, that red belly is a sign of females. That's in my experience. Do you feel that way in rams?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Red belly female.
Now, if you look at, let's see if we can see them. James is talking about rounded dorsals. Both of these guys have rounded dorsals. I don't think I can get close enough to them to really see them well, but if you look at that.
Do you think they could still be female codfish?
It's possible.
Do you think you could have
certainly
females that's on?
They're not acting like two females. They're acting like a pair. One of the things that I noticed that I found particularly interesting is that once the eggs are laid, the male became dominant over the nest. And it was actually the female is spending less time on the nest than the male is. And he's actually keeping her away to some extent, not substantially, but it is happening. And I find that really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. As I say, you need to flip us. We fit on the screen better when you're on the other side. And then you go, yeah, there you go. There you go. I know, struggling. Oh, good morning, John.
Got to keep the girl happy here.
Good morning. I don't have to keep moving my camera. John says he's lurking. That's okay. Lurk away. Let's face it. You can't be active in streams all day long. Nobody get anything done. So lurk away. But we appreciate you coming in. Good morning, Lori. Thank you for coming in.
James said Joshua was asking about rams.
Yeah, he was asking about the red belly on a ram. Is the sign of it being a female, like it is in other cichlids?
No.
And I said, I've never kept them, so I don't know.
There are a number of very specific characteristics that distinguish males and females rams. Actually, a half a dozen that are every one of which are pretty easy to pick out. Once they become mature, the female's belly turns red. The male gets the first two lobes on the dorsal fin of the male are taller and spiky.
So I'm confused. You said no to the red belly, but then you just said yes to the red belly?
I was saying no to the round fins.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said no to the red belly, and I was like, oh,
no, not at all. No, I think that's valid. Okay. I think that's valid. I've really thought about it. Excuse me.
It's true of convict cichlids. Convict cichlids turn, pink and red and whatever. So.
It's also true of the crevenses.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So yes to the red belly.
Yeah, the red belly on the creventus is
Yeah.
related to the female, right?
Okay. Cool. So
Tommy
yes,
said
and
to want to know if the bacteria die if you freeze aquarium water. Have some water from an old tank. I put it in the freezer till I need it. That's really interesting.
that is a good question. I
Really,
How do you
bacteria.
feel?
Yeah, bacteria doesn't die. It slows down,
Okay.
and it can slow
Okay.
down to nearly no activity. But they're
All
finding
right.
ancient bacteria in deep ice wells in Antarctica, like million-year
Wow.
old bacteria. So
Boy, we
bacteria,
need some of that let loose on the world, right?
yeah, that'll work real well, right? That'll be good.
Ancient bacteria. Okay,
Like,
awesome.
well, there's been some apprehension about that.
That's what I would be apprehensive. Like, wow, maybe that just needs to stay over there, you know? Um, Good morning, Courtney and
There's
Jean.
a
I see many of our.
Sunset Gem has a formula to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit minus 30 divided by 2. That gives you an
Oh,
approximation. So 82 degrees minus 30 would be 52. Divided by 2 is 26. That's actually low. Um, it's actually 29. Fahrenheit to 82 minus 30 would be 52, half of which is
or
20. I believe 82 degrees Fahrenheit is 29 degrees centigrade. Let's look it up and see. Where can I
you
go
doing
here?
that?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah, which we don't need, right, Emily? Emily says bacteria like TB can survive a lot. And like, yeah, we just don't really need that. Um, Steffi, I don't know. Yeah, they have stopped spawning for right now, but I mean, it just depends on what their cycle is. Sometimes that's literally them just sleeping, because believe it or not, they do sleep. They'll all just gather on the bottom and hang out. Oh, Sarah just says, hey, everybody, don't forget to smash the like button. Come on, people, smash the like button.
2777, 20, roughly 28. Here's the conversion.
Why is
If you can,
Rohan saying sorry? What did Rohan say? Oh, no, we're all just, you're good. We're all just guessing. Father Fish
what?
knew that they could. Oh, nothing. We're all just chatting here. It's all good. That's why we're here, to figure stuff out. I cheat and use an app. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, Howard.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, Mr. B saying that. Talk back to rams. The
Yeah.
females have blue spangles. They have stars in the sky. Right, blue spangles inside the black spot.
Nice.
And the males do not have stars in the sky. Their sky is surrounded by stars. That's
Good
true.
morning.
Yeah,
Or
very
hello,
good.
David Roa.
David Rowe is in the Philippines.
Philippines. Welcome.
Welcome, David. Nice to have you with us. Uh, Cynthia hasn't been here in a day or two. Well, perhaps you know Cynthia, David, since you're
Oh, I
both
was saying,
from
yeah,
the
we haven't seen
country.
Cynthia much. She's been busy, you know.
She
Overall,
has.
Cynthia. Yeah.
That's right.
Ooh, here's what I've shortened their name. I hope that you don't take offense to it. So I just say the woe fish is here. Hello.
Okay. The ant. The ant.
Good morning, Deborah.
The anti
Yeah,
WO. The anti NWO fish.
I know.
Hello.
It's a struggle for me though. It just
Yeah.
is. Good morning, Rose.
Yeah.
Good morning, Paul.
Well,
Good morning, Jason.
Jen, how long was mom good for in a bucket of aquarium water after a water change? Hoping to use it when I upgrade a few tanks for recycling. I would suggest that you keep an air stone in it.
Yeah.
If you don't, it could become foul. Um, if you keep an air stone in it, you'll keep the water flowing a little bit. Otherwise, it'll settle out and it'll create essentially a dead space, which could very well
Yeah.
kill off um, it won't kill anything off. It will create excessive bacteria at the foundation, which will deplete the uh, the water of oxygen and will cause a die off of microscopic animal life. So keeping some airflow going in there will help it to stay alive. It'll help the microorganisms to stay alive. Want to be careful about that because it's important to understand what happens. If you
Yeah.
put it in a tray or in a trough or in a tub, it'll stand a better chance of surviving. A bucket doesn't have adequate surface space um, to be able to handle a big bio load. It needs more oxygen flow. Now, the CO2 rises, carbon dioxide rises, dissipates out of the water, oxygen dissolves into the water, and that happens automatically. So that creates a certain amount of flow in the water. But if the surface is too small, it can't do that adequately to be able to maintain the oxygen using animals at the bottom. They depend on that flow. There's going to be more flow with more surface space. So the whole issue of surface space is really critical to fish keeping, having adequate surface space to support the biomass that's living in the aquarium. We increase that with air by inputting mechanical airflow or water flow. Either are the same thing. All they're really doing is moving the water so it comes in contact with the surface and releases CO2 and dissolves oxygen. That's what water flow does. That's its sole function is to bring all of the water in contact with the surface. Obviously, if you put air in there, you're increasing the surface because there's more. You actually have air down in the water column, even though it's moving pretty quickly up through there. It's still there long enough to be able to capture a little bit of CO2 and release a little bit of oxygen. So keep in mind that the critical issue is is surface space. Now, if you have a lot of plants, the plants assist in that process. The plants take in CO2 and release oxygen, as does the surface of the water. So plants are a big help in that process. So you got two things going for you then in a planted tank. You have water flow and you have the plants. And it may be that with 70% plants in your tank, you do not need water flow in order to be able to maintain an adequate and appropriate CO2 O2 balance. Hope that's not too.
So Deborah has a question, but good morning, Florida Fish Rescue and Acon 806. Good morning. Deborah's asking, how do you get microorganisms in your tank?
Haha. Well, there's the big question.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a video on this. But basically, it means not being afraid to bring things in from other tanks or from the wild. Um, the leaders in this are the saltwater, all of the saltwater reef people. They are continually bringing in wild flora and fauna, wild plants and wild animals, wild bacteria, wild microscopic creatures, and installing them in their tank in order to increase biodiversity. I really need to do a saltwater tank here. I don't know quite how I'm going to do it or where, but I need to do that.
Okay. Are you ready for another question, FATHERFISH?
Go for it.
Okay, Tisha says, today I did a small water change on my new tank. Do I need to do this every day or every other day with my freshly dirted tank? I have 2 guppy females and 3 adolescent fry in it. So it's not overstocked, that's for sure.
I would not say so. How heavily planted are you?
See if she'll drop that in.
Bottom area, world's smallest spectrum.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
In the bottom area.
Right.
I put wild plant.
Deborah
said. Excellent, Deborah. Excellent. That brings a lot of life in. Not just bacteria, but also protozoan life. It brings a lot of the microscopic animals that are living on those plants and establishes them in your tank, which increases biodiversity, which increases stability.
Hello, waterculture. Welcome. And Frugal says Tisha has it planted heavily. I figured she did. So you should be in good shape.
Oh, that's Tisha's thing.
She said, oh my God. Literally. Well, good, Tisha. You should be great.
I don't think it's an issue at all. Yeah, it's a beautiful tank, Tisha. I need to, let me see. I think I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Emily just said, remember the pictures from Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going over there to look at them because I want to bring them up. See if I can find them.
I wouldn't think you have to do it. I realize it's a new tank, but I would think every other day. I mean, maybe just
once a week would be adequate.
Once a week for a little bit. Yeah. Every other day would be excessive.
Keep an eye on your parameters. She's testing parameters.
Yeah, and you're not heavily stocked, so.
Correct.
She'll do it every other day. Florida Fish Rescue. FATHERFISH. Other than mangrove and seagrass, do you know of any plants that will thrive in brackish water?
Yeah, let me give you a look at. This is Tisha's tank.
Okay, then we'll go back to that question because you're.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that very well.
It's got lots of plants in it. It looks great. Nice job, Tisha. Looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, gorgeous tank.
Yeah, you've done a wonderful job.
Done. Yeah, absolutely.
Very impressive.
Okay, what was that again?
That tank should just be great. The question that I just asked you was from Florida Fish Rescue. Let me scroll back up. FATHERFISH, other than mangrove and seagrasses, do you know any plants that will thrive in brackish water?
Well, I'll tell you what. Excuse me. You're living in Bradenton, and there's plenty of brackish water. If you go out in the Manatee River and pull plants out of there, if you're down close to the bay, those are all going to be brackish tanks. What I don't want to do is suggest to you that you can take a plant that has been grown out in fresh water and put it in brackish water. It will not be happy. There are plants that live in a spectrum from brackish to fresh. Depending on where you collect them, you're not going to be able to move them into another part of that spectrum. If you take a plant out of brackish water and put it in fresh water, it's not going to survive easily. If you take it out of fresh water and put it in brackish water, the same species of plant it will not survive easily. If you want to put brackish plants in brackish water, collect them from brackish water. I don't know anyone who is raising brackish plants.
Mm.
That's something you're going to have to collect or develop on your own. I'm not sure I'm going to want to do it. Here, I do have some brackish tubs. Um, I will make an effort to collect some brackish plants and see if I can get them going.
Okay. Christina Walker has, or Whitaker, sorry, Whitaker has an interesting statement. She says, "You tell anyone you put wild hornwort in your tank in other forums, they accuse you of fish abuse."
Well, yeah, that's interesting, Christina.
Yeah.
What I would suggest to them is that they're the ones guilty of fish abuse because they're the ones insisting upon keeping fish in a thoroughly artificial environment, and
Almost.
that for me is
Yeah.
the fundamental nature of fish abuse. Fish are remarkable creatures and are able to sustain themselves in a wide variety of environments, but clearly keeping them in an environment that is as close to natural as possible is the healthiest way to keep them. So, what I would say to those people is get a life. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just sounding off for the sake of sounding off without anything other than their own biases and prejudices to support them. Is that clear enough?
Um,
A dangerous
I got it.
bug is the dragonfly larvae.
I understood
Yes, it is.
it. And yes, Rohan, you are right. That you don't want any dragonfly larvae in your tank.
Now,
And
if you see a dragonfly in your fish room and it's darting around tank to tank, dipping its tail, every time it dips its tail, it lays an egg, a fertile egg.
yeah,
No, so you don't want that to happen. They will
right.
the
No,
larvae will hatch, and you will not notice them for months because they will be
yeah,
very tiny and they will be feeding on microscopic life, which you won't see, but they will grow and they will get bigger, and they will get big enough to begin feeding on slightly larger prey, such as baby
hmm
fish, and they will actually get big enough to feed on your tetras and your guppies and
sure.
other live bears and other fish up to an inch long. So dangerous stuff. Once they get to that point, you will be able to spot them and pull them out and maybe set them up in their own little jar where you can feed them and watch them. They are amazing, but they
Yeah,
are
you
also
don't want them. Yeah, in your fish room. Yeah.
voracious feeders.
Um, I think it was Jay Sincere had something for you. He says, "Father Fish, it was weird seeing your store empty. I got a little bit emotional when you said only the echo of the birds, air pump, etc. remains."
Yeah, you're right. That's funny. I thought about doing that for a couple of days. I made the video Thursday, I think, sat on it for a couple of days. It was not
Yeah.
everything it could have been, but then it was all it needed to be. And I decided to go ahead and
Right.
post it because I know there's been a lot of interest in the shop and what has happened to it. And I just thought it would be a unique experience for people to get a sense. And it kind of spoke to me personally too, because we had invested so much activity and life and things in that space that to be able to see it again as it was when we first stepped into it was kind
Right.
of remarkable. The only thing that was left was the manta ray. That manta ray took 6 months to build. I've got some YouTube pictures of it. I'll try to get them posted. The man who built it lived in the shop for 6 months and built that ray. He's quite a talented artist. And we finally mounted it. And there it hung for almost 10 years and remains there today, overseeing, as the stingray does, vast oceans of nothing.
Yeah. Sarge, those are sirens to his right. He's asking about the fish to the right of you. Those are your sirens.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Let's see. We'll take another look at them.
And they're big ones.
They are big. They're about as big as they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll put some gravel in there.
Yeah. They could have been rope fish. I mean, similar movement.
If you see the feet, can you? I don't know if you can see.
I mean, from here, no, but when you got up on them before, we could see them. But I mean, from a distance, they move, similar to a rope fish. They're kind of big with those little teeny feet.
That's funny looking.
It's like a cartoon.
This guy, I took him out and tried to put him in a smaller tank, and he was having none of it. He hit the floor 3 times, and I finally gave up. I put him in the tank. He was right straight out of it. So he's back.
He just likes that tank. He likes the tank he's in.
Yeah, I think he probably does. Yeah, they all seem to.
Yeah.
Funny, isn't it? So I've got a new camera and a new microphone. I trust it's working well, finally.
Maybe they can give you it. It's working for me. I think we've only had a few little things. I think we're still on. Say something. Say something, Father.
Oh, well, let's see.
Okay, yeah.
Water
I think we're okay, but we'll see what they say about whether we're okay.
Oh, my.
Waterculture says they have a new series coming out, and they're doing planted black waterscape with a Piso Panduro pair. Any suggestions, Father?
Oh, nice. I did that, and I loved it.
Okay.
They really enjoy the black water.
All right.
It made it spectacular. Work out the food for the babies. That would be my biggest piece of advice.
Okay.
If you get some microculture going, microworm culture,
Yeah.
or and it's some other kind of brine shrimp, whatever you can.
Yeah.
Daphne culture is good. A Daphne culture would work really well because it will allow a very tiny Daphne to grow and hatch out and live in there.
So they say the sound and everything is good, Fatherfish. A couple people said that was
Wonderful.
good, and waterculture says they're going to try my microworm. Well, good luck. Hope it works out.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joey, a couple of more people are asking for you to do a video on setting up your microworm culture, showing step by step how you create it. I think it'd be well worth doing, and then label it as a 6-month microworm culture. That'll kind of knock the socks off everybody.
Well, I mean, I still have the other one, and it doesn't look as fabulous. But I mean, I could bump that and have microworms tomorrow, and that one probably is 6 or 7 months old.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't throw them out. I don't throw them out till I know I'm completely done with them. I'll let them sit there. But I don't know. They work, and I'm gonna wait another couple days, and then I'll show you that other culture the chocolate one, because the worms are starting to do more what the others do. Like I said, they have to start maturing, and then they come back down and get that same look. So we'll see what that looks like in a little bit. Good morning, Melissa Horn. How are you, Melissa? Thanks for coming in. Hey, how we doing on our likes, Fatherfish?
Let's see. Um, Dico said the camera is picking up the colors really well.
Right. So it's the camera's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we've
can
got
see it.
76 watching and 55 likes. This is a new camera. It's a better
Good.
quality camera. Um, so good. I'm glad it's
Yeah.
working well.
All right. So everybody, smash the like button.
And there they go. 63, 64, 65, 66. And so it
Thank
goes.
you.
Very nice. 77 watching.
No, Cody, microworms and vinegar eels are two different things.
Totally different.
And
Yes.
they are you keep them differently. I mean, vinegar eels are actually kept in a solution of cider vinegar and water, and you raise them up that way with some slices of apple, and then the microworms are done up in some kind of a starchy medium. However, some people use
Yeah, they
oatmeal.
are both
Right.
nematodes.
Yeah, but they're kept differently and raised differently. Um, well,
So
it's good. Yeah.
if anybody wants to try keeping microworm culture in vinegar or vinegar worm culture in on uh, um, a, a microworm base, that would be an interesting
Yeah.
experiment.
Brad, that would be wonderful. He says he can share his vinegar eel culture on the Fatherfish Discord if someone's interested. I'm sure they would be. Go ahead and share that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and the thing about vinegar eels is they are even smaller than microworms. So if you have really, small tetra fry or whatever, they're a great first food. I have them. I keep them. Personally, I never use them, but I don't raise anything that's that small. Um, I just use microworms, but they're both good. Brad says he'll send it in a few. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yes, Cody. It's a like button. I scared them. Yeah,
Got the
everybody says
hammer and the bell. There we go.
I'm
Really,
scaring them into hitting the like button.
honey.
You don't want to make me mad. No. Infusoria, yeah, that's a great one. I personally don't use it, but Father Fish has, and he loves it.
Infusoria is one of the oldest
Yeah,
cultures.
yeah,
It's the simplest to raise because you don't need a starter culture for it. You just
true.
you put a lettuce leaf in some water in a quart jar and put it outside for a week, and it'll turn white with paramecium.
Yeah. I'm reading. I'm reading water culture. People with beards are like people without beards with beards.
I see.
Oh, oh, Fish on Tactics, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Can we culture these ideas in a boot?
Yeah,
Well, you
we
can
can. But
culture those.
I don't want to clean out the boot from
I think
microworm.
he's definitely doing the. He can do his brine shrimp. I'm not sure about the microworm. I mean, the vinegar eels in a boot. I don't know. Maybe.
Why? I
But you have
mean,
to keep them covered. Yeah, you have to keep them covered so things don't get in there. Same as with your microworms. Um, I don't know.
Chevy
Chevy
fish
likes
say
infusoria.
Victoria. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I've never used it. It's so funny. It's so funny how we all do things differently, and we end up with grown fish, but we all have different ideas of how to do it along the way, and it all works. That's the cool thing. There's not one way. There are many ways. And I feel like nobody's wrong.
Frugal
Do it your
Aquatics.
way.
I have Daphne and Hydra in a tank, so I put some native minnows in there. Hope that's okay. I don't know if the native minnows are going to eat the Hydra.
Because
They may or
Hydra
they
is a crustacean.
pardon.
Isn't Hydra a crustacean, technically?
No, no, it's
No?
actually it's related to the oh dear, my mind is totally gone.
Aquaculture
It's like
says
an
Molly
amoeba.
food.
It's like an amoeba with feelers.
Oh, I
It's
guess I'm confusing it. I'm confusing it with something else because I didn't think it was that. Okay, all right. I've never had
hydra.
it. That's why I don't know. I've never had
Yeah,
it.
hydra attaches itself to the wall of your tank or some other thing,
Oh,
and
okay.
has
I've never had
it's
that.
an anemone. It looks like an anemone,
Okay, all right.
and it
And they
acts
must not.
like an anemone.
So are they just not delicious?
Yeah, I suppose it's a freshwater anemone. Probably it's not delicious. There are
Okay.
things
I'm
to it,
assuming
however.
if they're not
Fairy,
eating, you assume it's not. Doesn't taste good.
culturing fairy shrimp were done like yeah, that works. That works. Scuds.
Scuds. I've never fed scuds. I don't think I have the right kind of fish necessarily for scuds.
Water says they're this freshwater version of a ghost anemone. Yeah,
Okay.
what's the other thing that grows in a saltwater tank that's like that? Uh, uh, my
I don't know.
my old brain doesn't work as well as it used to.
Frugal
Used
says
to
there's a
always stuff right
short
out there
video.
and they go pop, pop, pop. Nothing pops anymore.
Is that a short video, TJ, on Hydra? Is that what the video is in
Hydra,
reference to?
thank you. Yes, that's the word.
Okay. um,
Uh,
okay. Cool. Glass anemone. Yeah.
Frugal Aquatics. What are
Oh,
you posting there?
apatasia. That's it. And that's bad. You don't want that,
Aptasia,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Aptasia. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Donald. And good morning, Donald. Yeah, it's like I've heard that's bad. Yeah. That you don't want it. Okay. Oh, on the
Oh,
crate. Oh,
Holly,
on your crate for saying. Okay, TJ. Gotcha.
this is perfect. Holly is talking about gnats uh, getting in baby food jars with holes in the top and a piece of banana. Their larvae are magnificent to feed to the fish. It's absolutely perfect.
How do you collect those? How do you get them out to feed them?
I suppose you take the banana peel and swish it around in the water.
Okay.
You could
All right.
swish it around in the water before you then strain it through a net, or you could do it in the tank itself. Probably wouldn't matter much.
Okay.
Uh, Andres, you've all met Andres, or some of you have. He's
Yeah.
a fish breeder just north of us. He does a lot of microworm culture. He feeds the entire culture to his baby fish, including the biomass, the grain and the yeast. He just scoops the scoop out
He
and
keeps
puts
that
it in
all in.
the whole
He doesn't.
thing. Yeah,
He doesn't have problems because I
no,
mean, of
not
course,
at all.
everybody warns you not to do it, but I feel you get a little bit no matter what, even if you're trying
Well,
not
you
to.
get it anyway. Yeah. Well, the other issue is he's dealing in very, very large tanks. When he
Exactly.
breeds a pair of fish, he will breed a pair of fish in a 500-gallon tub.
Sure.
Um, so he's got large water volume.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Holly, the gnats are yeah, it's just a fly larvae. It's a worm, and
Yeah.
it's perfectly good food
Yeah.
for your fish.
So, Mr. Beast, James gave you what would be my answer. He says about getting calcium off an old glass aquarium, and yeah, same as what James said. I would use vinegar and a razor blade.
Vinegar and a razor blade, yeah, as a
That's what I would
last
do. And
resort.
be really, really, really careful around your silicone with that razor blade because you can slice it so easily and not even know it. And the next thing you know, your tank's leaking. So I stay like a half an inch away from the seam. I don't go in that close.
Yeah, where Dunlap has fed fry nothing but yeast. Now they They may or may not eat the yeast. The yeast, however, generates enormous biological activity in the tank.
Yeah.
So it gets a lot of microscopic life going very quickly that will provide food for the babies.
Oh, it's a newly sealed tank. Okay, yeah. Just be careful around it. Yeah.
As a last resort, you can
Oh,
use
okay.
muriatic acid.
Yeah.
Muriatic acid will finally take off whatever incrustation is remaining. Uh, in old tanks, however, that incrustation can actually etch into the glass, in which case you then have to buff out the glass. And
Right.
that is a very painstaking process that I've frankly not bothered with.
Well, like I
Would
said, for small tanks, yeah, you can just buy a new one. If it's a bigger one, I would maybe do it, but I
maybe
agree
make
with you.
the
Too much
Duco
work. Yeah.
wants to know if adding sparkling water to your tank will increase plant growth. Absolutely. Sparkling water is CO2, it's carbon dioxide. Uh, there's an old
Mhm.
story about a mono sitting in a bar watching the bubbles rise up in his beer. And finally, it dawned on him that was CO2. Plants like CO2. So he did not go home and dump a bottle of beer in his tank, but he did get some carbonated water and put it in, and he noticed the difference. That was the beginning, ostensibly, of using carbon dioxide in water to grow plants. Now, the deep substrate also creates substantial amounts of carbon dioxide, CO2. It locks up oxygen, creates CO2, which makes itself available immediately to the roots of stem plants, allowing them to flourish. So we find that the deep substrate does actually a better job than a CO2 infuser in the water. Thank you, Tommy Denda,
Yes,
for
thank you
your super chat.
so
And he had
much.
2 to 3 Borneo suckers, 15 cherry shrimp, 8 to 10 CPDs, and a third a gallon. Is that okay? Sounds wonderful. A tank is square, 24 by 20 by 16. Sounds beautiful, Tommy. You need to post a picture of it on Discord so we can take a look at it. This is Tommy's first tank. He has struggled for a long time to be able to get one. Finally has a tank, and we're just real excited for him. Do try to get a picture of it for us.
Yeah.
How much CO2 do you think deep substrate provides? Horticulture says. So, well, 5 to 10 times more than than the water column is able to hold. So it's substantially more because it is an anaerobic environment. So it creates by virtue of being anaerobic substantial amounts of anaerobic material. That is what anaerobic is. Anaerobic is oxygen that's locked up. It's not, that is to say, it's not lack of oxygen, it's lack of free oxygen. It's locked up oxygen. Oxygen locked up in carbon, in a carbon molecule, a CO2 molecule.
Um, there's so people are giving really good ideas how to clean tanks in here, so I hope people are seeing the extra things. I know Holly said something about magic eraser, and people mentioned barkeeper's friend and lots of other ideas. So hopefully everybody gets their tanks cleaned up. There's lots of different ways to do it.
Hugo wants to know how to get on the Discord.
Right. I was just going to say that. Yep.
Somebody can post the link. If you will go to my channel, click on the community button the first link there will be the Discord link, or someone I'm sure will post it here. And then you need to download it. You need to download Discord onto your system
Yeah, the
in order to
program.
be able
Yeah.
to use it.
Gromwell 76, welcome in there. He's just addressing the Discord link, so we'll get the they'll drop it again, and then he just said you also have to make sure you actually have the program downloaded onto your device. All right, Chevy Fish just dropped the link. Gromwell 76.
Thank you, Chevy.
Thank you,
Is that
Chevy.
the new link? Well, I just posted the new one, so I guess let's go to it and
Okay.
see if it opens it. Yes, it does.
You know, that's funny. That's funny. Water culture. My mind about new black water. One hand, I want to keep deep substrate, but on the other hand, I want to stick with what I know, and I use Aquarisol. I used to use Aquarisol for years, but I can't get it anymore. That was my go-to for anything, pretty much, and that worked. And I feel like they don't sell that product anymore here. I used to love that product. Did you ever use that FATHERFISH?
Yes.
Yeah. And you agree you can't get it anymore, right? I can't get it.
I can't get it now.
Yeah, so I don't know why they don't sell it in the States anymore, but good for you if you can get it, because it was very effective.
Bunch of new people in Discord who I'm giving approval to so they can post
Okay.
pictures and the link. I think I got them all.
Yeah.
You have to get approval once you go in. And I try to get in there and keep up with it.
Yeah.
I think I need to assign Tori duties because he's there all the time. I will find
No, Cody, if that's a brand new sponge, yeah, that's not a problem. You just have to be careful that, you know, whatever that scrubby side isn't going to scratch. Probably won't scratch your glass. Just make sure you don't use that on plastic or acrylic or anything.
Okay, I've now made Tori a greeter, which I think will give him the ability to manes, tails, furs, and fins. Hey, Jess is now a snook. There, you can post. Go for it, girl.
I was gonna say, so I'm not seeing her in here. You're seeing her in Discord. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't hear her. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Obviously lurking here. My phone is going off.
Did you hear what Deborah says? Deborah says, some of my coworkers are laughing at me saying, you are listening to your fish guru. Hello. Why, yes, I am. That's funny, Deborah.
Tennessee. Hello. This is Father Fish.
Good day to you, sir. I enjoy following you on YouTube and whatnot, and I am wanting to do a dirted aquarium using your method.
Yes.
And do you sell the packets of the ingredients?
Yes, I do. You can go. Yeah, you can go to getgills.com. Look for the FATHERFISH store, and you will find it there. Also, if you will go on YouTube, we are live right now on YouTube, and we're listening to you.
Okay. So I went to the FATHERFISH site there at Gills, but is it $20 plus $20 shipping?
Yeah, that's right. You can order. If you order enough. If you order five orders of it, you get free shipping.
Correct.
I need to go now. Come up. Can you order what?
Can I order other things to put
Yes,
it up to $100?
absolutely. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And it'll lead to give you my card information and everything.
It'll all be, if you, just go ahead and do it
Okay.
there. I'll take care of it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
So, yes, anyone who orders, if you want to do a multiple order on GetYo's charge, they will charge you shipping for everything. If you do 5 different orders, they charge you 5 different shipping rates.
Yeah.
But I will refund that as needed, or if you prefer, put that toward more product.
Good
So
morning.
you don't have to pay $20 for every single item to ship it.
Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, Aquarium Man and Color Guppies. Good morning. And hello, Patrick Hardy. Oh, it's Danny. Hi, Danny. How are you this morning? Welcome.
Hi, Danny.
One of these days, Danny, you're going to come in with a little brunette icon.
Mr. B giving his wife a hard time here. Says my wife uses sponges to do dishes, and I tell her I use sponges to grow bacteria. My. Well, and I'm sure she knows about that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
you
she knows.
pick up your kitchen sponge, and when it smells, it's growing some bacteria. For sure.
Good to see you, Danny.
Yes, thank you for coming. Oh, there we go. She's got a little lady in there.
What?
Yeah, are you feeling better, Danny? I didn't get to catch you guys last night because I went to a birthday party.
She was
the first
much.
little thing I remember, the thing. We actually went to a party.
How nice.
It was nice.
Oh, and I took the day off.
A lot of driving, but it was nice.
Could you use its regular kitchen sponges for DIY? Yeah, but they need to be new. They need not to have any kind of surfactant in them, any kind of cleanser, anything like that, because that will play havoc with your bio load.
Right. Okay, Danny. So she's doing great now. Laughed my hind end off. Okay, good. So you're back to normal. Okay, good.
Yeah. She laughed the night through. She did.
There. Okay. Well, like I said, I missed it because I was at a party. So, but she's always entertaining. She is. Kenny too. Yeah. But
Kenny is a professional entertainer. Kenny does stand-up comedy. I would love to catch his show. I'll have to try to get out there someday when he's doing a stand-up.
Well, he's going to take you collecting, so you definitely want to do
that. I know. We need to go collecting for sticklebacks.
Mm-hmm.
Excited about that.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go collecting here, and I frankly have reached the point where I don't want to go by myself because I'm not adequately stable. I could fall down easily and not be able to get up. And the kinds of places I go are sufficiently remote that there might not be any help around. So I can't allow myself to go alone. I'll probably be the end of it.
Well, it would be a good idea for you to have Kenny with you, I'm sure. Hello, cows. Aquariumetrics. Oh, he wants to know if you caught all the pygmy sunfish. Well, no, you haven't been out yet. Yeah.
No, I haven't been out yet. I was hoping to get out yesterday, but I couldn't get anybody to go with me.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait until I can.
Well, they're asking if Thomas would go with you. I'm sure you've tried to get Thomas or Chase, right?
Yeah.
If they could go.
Thomas is not around anymore.
Well, maybe Chase will have time at some point.
Yeah. Well,
He
hopefully.
seems like a
Yeah.
nice young
Well,
man.
Andy, yeah, the other person's Andy. Andy's in here fairly frequently. I don't know
What
if he's
about J Dog? Isn't he close?
J
J
Dog's
Dog.
not with me. I don't know. J Dog's a busy guy. Busy,
Oh,
busy.
I just think about somebody that's closer to you. You know.
Oh, water cultures set up their own local fish store.
Oh, nice. They set up one, or are they working at one? I don't remember. Are they?
I don't know. Well, they said
Oh, they're
one.
I think they're working at a store, so maybe they help set up the store. Am I correct on that, horticulture?
Oh, help to set it up. I think so. Yes, I recall.
That they're
We
working
done
because they
something
showed
like
the picture of that store and it had similar tanks to yours, so I think they're helping. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I also noticed yesterday that Fish Boy is opening a store, a
Hey,
very
Father.
fancy, very expensive store that
Yeah.
apparently, from what I can gather, is located here in Florida. He said
Oh,
he showed a shipment that he got, and I know who the shipment was from because I recognized the labels on the bags. And he said it was shipped in by truck. So that's a local Florida
yeah.
store. He hasn't promoted where it's located yet. But my
Father.
hunch is that he got substantial support um, to be able to do this. Yes.
Yeah. Florida Fish Rescue says if you gave him a little notice, he'd go collecting with you.
Well, that would be fun. I'll do that.
He'd go
We'll get
collecting, so
together.
maybe
Yeah.
you
Any
guys
day.
can.
Yeah. Whenever you're available, I'm available.
You can just call Father Fish. The store number is his phone, so you guys can hook up
Right.
that way.
Right. Right.
That would be
It
nice.
all rings through.
Nice for you to have somebody with you. Yeah.
Christina collected yesterday while bass fishing.
Oh, cool.
Got her boots for wading. Bravo.
That's nice. Fun.
Yes.
You know, it's all good stuff. And I mean, I don't know where you are, Christina, but some of those natives out of, the Midwest.
Yeah, where are you located, Christina?
Pretty cool. You know, I don't like the stuff up here, but everybody else has interesting things.
Yeah, Gene Campbell's talking about Danny and Ken's tanks.
Oh,
They
they're
are
amazing.
they are remarkable.
Yeah.
He has probably one of the most remarkable collections of fish that I know of.
Hey,
Just in terms of variety, size, the health of them, it's really remarkable.
Father Fish, it's not just heat. It's Kenny and
I know it's both. Yeah.
I'm teasing you.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah.
leave Daniel.
Anakin, right.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
know.
No, they really do have amazing fish, and like
They're
you said.
remarkable. Well, Christina's in Missouri. Well,
Oh,
that's
then
in.
you can get some really cool stuff. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. You should have sticklebacks in Missouri.
yeah.
I'm really hung up on sticklebacks.
You are.
I really am.
Oh, Kyle's located in the D.C. Baltimore area. Anything good to collect around here?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you could excuse me, Carl, if you can get to the Severn River or a tributary, that brackish water is fresh. And there's an enormous amount of activity in there. What you're going to be looking for is grass flats, which are not going to show up until early summer. So you're not going to be able to really do much until the grass flats come in. For fresh water, just any of the tributaries, there are laws, however, on collecting in fresh water in Maryland. So you might check that out first to make sure you know what the laws are.
Good morning,
And
Ian, and I'm glad to see you here. And Danny wants the hammer. Danny
I
wants
know.
the hammer. Smash the like
Go
button,
for it.
people.
It is working. We've got 73 watching and 78 thumbs up.
Hey, I love it. It's fine. Anyway, Yeah, Ian's going to be off to work, and he's going to go work at a fish store today, so that's cool. Fun.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just a gentle reminder, isn't it, to hit the like button?
A gentle reminder. Whang!
And Freddie,
Almost,
before I fell
almost
asleep. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Danny. It's fun. It just wake you up in the morning, boy, right?
Right.
Oh, Ian, it's Danny this morning, not Kenny.
That's right.
It's
That's
Danny.
right.
That's like more like a threat. Yeah, can you imagine if I was close to you with this hammer?
Oh, no.
Don't forget, I'm the one. Don't forget, I'm the woman that when our manager thought he was being funny that day and saw me coming and ran up and locked the door. So when I went to grab the door, I went to go through the door. Of course, it stops you and you about hit your head on the door. So then he unlocked the door and he's standing there laughing, and I walked in and kicked him in the shins. And he never did that to me again. Oh, good morning, Juan. Good
And you were
morning. How are you?
gentle.
That's me, what?
Gentle.
Oh yeah, they know me, and I was wearing my clogs, so it was a nice hard shoe to the shin. And he was scared of me after that, so it was great.
Can't imagine. I would be.
And it wasn't even anything I thought of. It was just like it would have been a reaction that I would have had as a kid if my brother did that to me. My brother punched me. I punched him 3 times. It's like, I don't like to lose. Anyway, my float trip I went on, all I did was kick myself for not having a way to bring the fish home. Yeah, if I went somewhere and there was something I couldn't bring it home, yeah, I'd be just like, oh, drive me nuts. Drive me nuts.
Let's see. Karuna, Karen, Naresh.
Oh, yes, Deborah. I have lots of other tanks, Deborah. I have a few videos on my channel, and I'm going to be making some more of some of my other fish tanks. And I got one tank that I'm trying to get set up. That's going to be really, really different. It's going to raise some eyebrows. But that's what I like to do. I don't want to be the same as anybody else.
That'll be fun.
I like to be different. Oh, Ian's not working at the fish store today, only on the weekends. Oh, I didn't realize that, Ian. Okay. Oh, nice. Helping new hobbies. Cool. Really nice.
Deborah, a woman after my own heart. Yeah, I dare say. A lady's lady.
I'm violent in the nicest way, right?
Really.
With a smile. Keep battery and air tones in the vehicle. That's right.
Sweet with a mallet.
An air pump. Yeah, thank you, Lori, for dropping my link. Oh, and if anybody's interested and they haven't seen it, I put out a crazy video on microworms. If you haven't been to my channel, go watch my microworm video.
Yeah,
it won't be like any you've seen before.
Really?
You won't have seen that before.
Edible microworm culture she created. Edible microworm culture.
It's different than the other ones you've seen. It's under 4-minute video, so hopefully you can squeeze it in. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. I had all I could do, not really to laugh during parts of it. When I was like, trying not to laugh the whole time. Oh, thank you, Jean. Thank you.
It's funny stuff.
Yeah. And like I said, I really just did it for a joke, but it came out great. So anyway, if you get a chance. Yeah, I know ladies don't brag about having worms. Well, like I said, we're unusual people. We have our coffee together in the morning. We talk about worms and bugs and, things.
Great.
So anyway, all right, are we ready to roll here? Thank you.
Yeah, you betcha.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in today. And thank you, Chevy Fish.
Nice to be with you all.